as far as notes goes, you did not have to write down those vocabulary words because you can put them on your vocabulary sheets. Okay? But if you would like a sheet that's just for notes for this, I will create a note sheet that's just for this, and you can copy it down and add it to your binder. For people who are still keeping up with their binder and they're taking notes, great. Jayla, I got notes coming for you, girl. I know you like to take notes, so I got it coming for you, all right? All right, let's look at this. I'm gonna clear this. What time is it, people? Ooh, I've been on here almost an hour. All right, so let's look through this. Use the diagram to find the measure of angle P. So this M just means measure, then the symbol is angle, and then this tells us the angle we're going to look at. It's telling us to look at PAR. The one that's in the middle right here, the letter that's in the middle tells me the vertex. That's how I know which one to use, okay? So if it's PAR, it's telling me, oh, you're going to use this one because you're going to find P, then go to A, and then go to R. So this is the side you need to find. You notice this one is RAT or TAR, but there was no T in there. Plus, they already gave us the degrees. So we're looking for P as in Paul, A, and then R. This is the one we need. Now, I noticed a straight line. That's the first thing I noticed. Straight line, supplementary, straight, 180. So that means that's going to tell me that the missing angle, whatever it is, when I add it to 45, it's going to equal 180. That's why we practice solving equations. Okay, so let's figure out what our missing angle is. And they told us here, measure angle PAR and measure angle TAR together form an angle that measures 180 degrees. They are supplementary angles. Supplementary angles have a sum of 180 degrees. So to figure that out, we're going to set up this equation. The measure of angle PAR plus 45. Now, I will tell you this. Yes, we're writing measure angle PAR, but if you don't want to write it that way and you just want to use a variable, we can do that. So I'm gonna do that for you because I love you guys and I want to keep it simple for you. So I'm gonna erase that out of there. And I'm gonna just put X, okay? So X plus 45 equals 180. That's our original problem. Our goal is to isolate the variable, so we're going to subtract that number because we want X by itself, 45 from each side. These 45s cancel. Let me make sure my spotlight is on. Subtract 45 from each side, the 45s cancel, and I'm left with 180 minus 45. Well, 180 minus 45 is 135. And that means that X, I'm changing this to X for you, X equals 135. All right. See, I just broke that down just a little bit for you. Oh, that did not do what I wanted it to do. Delete. Undo. Draw. There we go. So I did have to do this. I thought I was doing extra work, but I wasn't. There we go. So X equals 135. Okay? So now if we want to check our work to make sure it's true, you should be able to add 135 plus the 45, and it's supposed to equal 180. Remember that little question mark means we don't know if it's true. We don't know if it's right. So you keep each side. So 135 plus 45 equals 180. 135 plus 45, they got 180. And does that equal 180? Yes. So that's why they got the check mark there. But this is how you would write your final answer. Measure of angle PAR equals 135. That's the proper way to write it. Okay? But remember, you're doing the tiered practice. So I hate that this wasn't doing what I wanted to do. And all these things popped up on my screen. All these things. Okay. Maybe you're doing a tier practice. So in this first part, you got 4 problems and you just got to say, are they complementary or supplementary? Complementary, corners, 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 complementary corners equal 90 degrees. So corner, you only need one corner, only one of them, 90 degrees. If the angles don't fit in the corner, it's not complementary, okay? And then supplementary, straight line, 180. So this is supposed to be real simple for you. You got to look at the pictures. And the reason at first I was putting 2 corners, then I looked at number 2 and I was like, uh-oh, don't want to confuse you. So corner, complementary, they got to fit in one corner, not 2 corners, one corner. If you got 2 corners, okay, if I got 2 corners, straight line, okay? Because 90 plus 90 is, okay? Remember. So look at your numbers. Remember, if the numbers equal 180, or do the numbers equal 90? Okay, and then down here is what we're just practicing now. The equation. Remember, you can just put the X in there and then the number, and then you solve. Remember, you got to remember, what are you solving for? Are you solving for a supplementary straight line? Or are you solving for a corner? Corner, 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 complementary 90. What are you solving for? All right. Number 6 is a little tricky because you still have to figure out something. So your equation is going to look a little different. It's a 2-step equation. That's number 6 is a 2-step equation. Write it out. Write it out like you would have wrote the other ones. Use the numbers that are there, but it's a 2-step equation. Complement corner, complement corner. Okay, supplement, supplement. All right, and then number 9, they give you a measure of the angle, and they told you to locate it, so they want you to label it. Remember, the middle one tells you the vertex, tells you that the point in the middle, and then they want you to label the other one. Okay, remember, if it's smaller than a corner, it's going to be an acute angle. I know we didn't go over these. Acute is smaller than 90. Obtuse, I can't make an obtuse angle. That's kind of obtuse. It's bigger than 90. So it's not a real corner because it's stretched out. I know my fingers don't want to work. Oh my goodness. You try it. You try it and tell me you can make a perfect obtuse angle. Smaller than 90, bigger than 90. Okay, corner 90. All right, so this is the assignment that you have to do for this week. Going back to my presentation. There we go. All right. Oh, look, they gave us an extra example. Angle T and angle P are supplementary. Straight line 180. The measure of T is 128. Find the measure of P, okay? So if I look, so I'm going to use the variable P plus 128 equals 80. And then I'm going to solve this equation. Okay, I'm trying to isolate the variable. So I'm going to subtract 128 from each side. Oh, I forgot. That's what Ms. Robinson forgot to do. Draw her line. So I can separate. I don't like that line. I'm sorry. There we go. That was better. So 128. So that leaves me with P equals. So what's 180? Take away 128. So I'm going to make my line a little skinnier. I did not make my line skinnier. I cannot take 8 away from 0, so I need to borrow. I'm going to borrow 1 from here. So that's become a 7. And this now becomes a 10. So I can do it now. 10 minus 8 is 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. I can go back and finish writing in my stuff. All right, showed all my work. Go, Miss Robinson. Go, Miss Robinson. Go, Miss Robinson. Hey, 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 hey. I did it, okay? That's okay if you didn't cheer me on. I'm cheering me on. You guys, sometimes you just gotta be your own cheerleader. So that was simple, right? That was pretty easy. All I did was solve the equation. If you need to rewind and watch it again, you are welcome to do so. Let's look at this next one. Example 2. I'm gonna clear off my work, clear all drawings. Okay, here we go. Angle GRA. So what does this R mean? It means that's the point in the center. So I know that we're talking about this one because I found that. And angle INS. What does this mean? N is the point in the center. And it also has points I and S on there. So I'm talking about this one. They're supplementary. Straight line, 180, okay? Write an equation to solve for X. Supplementary angles have a sum of 180. So I'm gonna change this, right? I'm gonna change this to N and R, because for me, it just looks easier. Can I change the color? Excuse me. No, I cannot. There we go. Okay, so I'll just do this again. All right, so I'm gonna write my equation as R plus N, because those are my vertexes, equals 180. That's how I'm gonna write it. Now, I'm gonna plug in the information I have. So for angle R, I have 2x plus 4 degrees. So that's what they wrote, 2x plus 4. And they put it in parentheses. Do you notice they put it in parentheses? They have to, because that is its own quantity. We have to deal with that first. Plus N, they put it in parentheses again. So if they didn't give you parentheses, you're gonna have to put the parentheses there. And they put it in parentheses, okay? Can I do the distributive property? No, there's nothing to distribute outside these parentheses, okay? So the step that they didn't give you is we will just take those away. Those parentheses will just go away. So what it would look like, how they went from there to there, it just becomes 2x. Oops. Oh my goodness, you guys can't see white on white? Who knew? 2x plus 4 plus 3x plus 1. equals 180. Okay, so that's the step they took away. Hold on, let me change the font. Yes. Okay, so in red, that's the step they took away. So 2x plus 4 plus 3x plus 1. Because there was nothing to distribute on the outside of there, like it was like a 1 out there. There's nothing out there. So I can just bring it out for parentheses and I can do that. So now we're going to combine like terms. So I'm going to do this for you. So I'm going to turn this back to black. Oh, the whole thing has to change, huh? Okay, the whole thing changes. So like terms. So what I'm going to do is use this, use this. So I got a 2x here and a plus 3x here. And that's how they got the 5x. And then I have plus 4 here. I'm going to undo that one. Got a plus 4 here. Got here my clock. That clock is very special to me. That clock is for my grandfather. And he got it from his job. And it chimes every 15 minutes. And it also chimes to let me know the hour. So if you were paying attention, it would have chimed 9 times. So I can be anywhere in the house. If I start hearing the chime and it's actually on the hour, I listen to the number of times and that tells me what time it is. Okay. And you'll hear it chime every 15 minutes, which you've probably been hearing it throughout this video, and I have not been paying attention to it. So back to this. So 2x plus 3x is 5x. 4 plus 1 is 5. So that's how they got this. Okay, 5x plus 5 equals 180. Now we have a 2-step equation. Okay, we had a multi-step. Now we're at a 2-step. Okay. Teachers are sitting in their pajamas. Miss Calloway in her pajamas, Miss Silver in her pajamas. They're sitting in their pajamas. All right. So now I follow my steps to solving equations. If it's a 2-step equation, I always do the addition or subtraction first once I get to this point. So they subtracted 5 from each side. These cancel. 180 minus 5 is 175. Right here, I'm left with this 5x comes down. Okay, so 5x equals 175. I need, this is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is, hopefully you thought division or set it. That would be even better. 5 divided by 5 is going to leave me with just the x. And 175 divided by 5 is 35. Okay. So the value of x in each problem is 35. Okay, so if I really wanted to know the value of this angle and the value of this angle, I would put 35 back into the problem and I could figure that out. House points. If you can tell me the angle, the value of angle I in S, and then the value of angle GRA, you got house points coming. Okay. So you got a few opportunities for house points. Like I said, my goal is to eventually be buying somebody lunch. Somebody who wants lunch. What are you thinking? And I would probably say, like, come on, like, can we stay under $20, please? Like, I think even that is a bit, but I know we have to do delivery and all of that. So, and if you have more than you in your household, you know, maybe you're gonna say, Ms. Robinson, I'll take pizza because it's me and, you know, my brothers and sisters, so I'm gonna share with them. I understand that. So be mindful, but I can't, McDonald's, I don't know if I can feed, you know, you and your brothers and sisters on like a McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? That would be like expensive and you probably wouldn't get the burgers you wanted. So anyways, next problem. Let's move on. Okay, I'm skipping that one. If you saw it very well, then you probably already got the answer to what I asked you for. All right, here we go. So find the value of x. You guys know how to do this, but I'll set you up. So I see a straight line. So how much do they have to equal? They have to equal 180. All right, so let's do this. I have 73 plus parentheses 25x plus 7 close parentheses equals 180. All right, let's solve this equation. I'm very disappointed that my pen isn't working. Is it that it is dead? All right, fine. Okay, let's do some writing. And we need another color besides white. So I'm going to draw my 2 lines. All right. First thing, I notice I have parentheses. Can I distribute? Well, I see a plus sign. There's no number in there. So that means that's like multiplying each one of these by 1. So I can just take it right out of those parentheses. So let's do that. So my problem is 73 plus 25x plus 7 equals 180. All right, next step. Look what I noticed right here, guys. Do you see? No, undo. Go back to blue. Go back to black, actually. There's something I see on this side of the equation. Something I see over there. If you said you saw that this and this can go together because they don't have a variable, they're just constant numbers, you're perfectly right. You're absolutely right. What in the world? I just drew all over my screen. All right, so here we go. So what's 73 plus 7? So from 73, 74, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Should have got 80, okay? So now I got 25x, oops, 25x plus 80 equals, let's do all this over. Equals 180. Now what do we do? If you said that now it kind of looks like just a 2-step equation and we can start working backwards, you are perfectly right. You're absolutely right. Again, you're on this. And if you move past and you ran through this problem, good. I'm about to run through this problem. No more explaining. Here we go. that one. So x equals 4. And then I would figure out what is x. So then 25 times 4 plus 7 equals 25 times 4 is 100 plus 7 equals 107. So that's what the value of this angle right here is. There we go. All right. Here. What's the value of x in the diagram at the right? So here you go, same thing. Like I said, measure angle HOP, measure angle EOP. They're telling you the vertex is the O, okay? So once again, I am going to move that out and I'm gonna give you different variables. And I'm gonna do H and E, just so I know H, this angle's over here, E, this angle over here, just to keep it simplified a little bit for you guys. H plus E equals 90. H plus E equals 90. And we know H is 62 plus, and E is X plus 5 equals 90. I have parentheses. Can I use the distributive property? No, I cannot. So I can just bring that out, and they like to skip that step in these examples, but you know I'm going to give you that step so you can just see how we got from there to there. And if you don't need that step, I'm very proud of you. Keep going. So since they were able to take that out the parentheses, they were able to see I got 62. I have a plus 5. 62 plus 5 is how they got 67. And the x is there. This is a one-step equation, so I'll subtract 67 from each side, and 90 minus 67 is 23. This x came down. All right? Now I can figure out what the value of this actually is. 23 plus 5 is 28. So that angle EOP is actually 28. And 62 plus 28 is 90. And so since both sides equal 90, I am all good. One more example. Remember, you can rewind this video. You can stop this video. This video is for you. When you see this, what should you be thinking? Corner, complementary, 90. Smelling, straight line, supplementary, 180. Straight line, supplementary, 180. All right, here we go. I'm going to clear that. All right. So what's the value of x in the diagram? How much do they supposed to equal? How much? Hopefully you said 90. All right, I'm going to run through this one. It's your last example, and then you're free to do your assignment for the week. You got 2 things that you have to do, and that is the definitions and the tiered practice, okay? So x plus parentheses x plus 22 close parentheses equal. If you said 90, you were absolutely right. I take care of my parentheses first. Do I have anything on the outside? No, I don't. So I now can just bring it out. X plus 22 equals 90. I'm gonna keep going. I have these 2 x's that I can combine together. They're both positive, so instead of just 1x, I now have 2x plus 22 equals. I have a 2-step equation, so that lets me know I'm going to add or subtract first. Subtract 22 from each side. When I do that, I'm going to be left with 2x on this side equals 90 minus 22, so that's going to be 68. I have a 1-step equation. When you see a number next to a letter, that's multiplication, so the opposite is to divide. Each side by 2. 2's cancel out. I'm left with x. 68 divided by 2 is 34. Just draw in a few things that I need to draw in. There you go. So now I know what x is, so now I can plug that in and find the value. So this one right here is going to be 34. And then if I can figure out what 34 plus 22 is, and that's going to be 56. Now I'm done. So that's the kind of work you're going to be doing. I've explained each step to you. If you still have questions, come and see me. If this was confusing, I apologize. I need your comments and about what you thought about this, if it makes sense, if I was clear enough, things like that. So please, please comment. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because that's where this is going to go. And if you have any questions, please send me messages. You can send me, if they're personal messages just for you, like Ms. Robinson, can I do this instead of this? Send it in a private message. If it's something directed just to this post, just to this, then you can send it. You can post right under the comment when I post this because I'm about to post this for you. All right. We almost had a visitor, but we didn't. It's okay. And I'm going to post this video. And if you have questions, contact me. All right, guys. I miss you. I love you. I look forward to seeing you guys participate in giving out those house points.